Hey folks, Dennis here with Las Vegas Worm Farm and the Living Soul community. It's time for our worm topic of the week. This week it's going to be a little bit different, right? So I'm going to talk to something that has affected me a lot, and it either makes or breaks my garden. Okay. And that's going to be starting at the right time, aka procrastination. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through a little bit to help you identify some of the things that can help you be successful and make sure that your garden is on getting started on the right foot, right? So what I mean is at the end of this video, you should be able to break down things into 10-minute chunks so that it doesn't overwhelm you and you can get started and have a successful garden that you really want and dream about, right? And how we're going to do this is we're going to look at some patterns. We're going to see how changing those things, making small tweaks, will fix things. And then how, when we don't do that and we delay, how that costs us more time and more money. And at the end of the day, this is something that will make a huge difference in how successful we actually are in our garden. So the first thing we're going to talk about is actually just procrastination. Everybody knows what that means. It's putting things off until we feel like we can get to it. Usually that's what it is. Like, oh, I don't have time for that. Oh, that's too much. And I get it. Like I do that all the time. I mean, I still catch myself doing that, right? And it's important to know that we do this so that we can fix it, because we lose time. Here's the thing, the garden, it keeps moving. Here in Vegas, August is the time to start your seeds. If you push it off until September, right now you're losing another 4 weeks. If you push it off until October, you've lost 8 weeks of your growing season, and you might not get everything that you want out of your harvest. The plants might not get to their full growing potential because of the weather, right? Mother Nature, she keeps going, right? She has a clock. We don't know. We have an ideal of what's going to happen, but we don't really know what's going to happen, right? So when we fall behind and we procrastinate, we get caught off guard, and then Mother Nature kind of has her way with us, and that's when things fall apart. And then we think that we can't. Gardening is too hard, it's too difficult, and it definitely can be, but we have to be able to break these things down into edible things or bite-sized pieces that are easier to chew and digest as opposed to the entire cake. Let me break this down. When How do you feel after I say this? All right, it's August, we're already at the 12th, right? We're about halfway through the month. We need to get our seeds started because August is the month to get your seeds started. So you need to go get some seed mix. If you're going to create your own, then you need to go buy all of those. You need to get the right trays to start all your seeds in. You need to make sure that you have the right tags for your plants, because you're going to want to label them. So if we need more tags, you're going to have to go buy more tags, which means that you got to go take inventory and see what you actually have, right? So that's another thing you need to do. You need to go check to make sure you have the right trays. They're not cracked, they're not broken. We have enough tags or we don't have enough tags. Then you got to make sure that you have the right seeds for the right season. Do you have all of them that you want, or do you need to go buy those, right? And then we need to make sure that we set up some type of irrigation. So whether you're going to water by hand or do a system, you got to have that in place. Now you got to have your lights in place and your domes to make sure that they stay humid. Does this feel like a lot of work? It probably does, right? Like, it seems like a lot. And that is one of the things that leads to procrastination. It's because we have all of these things that our brain is like, in order to have the perfect garden, we have to do all of these things. And we do, but we can break those down into smaller pieces so that we can keep up with Mother Nature and get things done appropriately. Hey folks, if you like this type of stuff, do me a favor, give it a like, give it a share, so it goes out to people and hopefully it can benefit them too. But for right now, let's get back to it. The next thing is why our motivation sometimes fades when it comes to the garden. Like I just said, right? Like all of these things, it's like, oh my God, I got to do all these things. I got to go to the store and I got to go to the nursery and get all of these different things because maybe Walmart doesn't have the right trays that I want and they don't sell the right seeds. So I need to go to Home Depot and get the seeds. But the special nursery across town has the right trays for my seeds. Now this becomes very taxing. And then our motivation fades. It just goes away because you're like, oh my God, I don't have 8 hours. It's going to be an all day thing to do all of these things. And that is what causes delays, right? That process of, oh my God, I got to do all these things. But here's the thing: if we break those into smaller chunks, it makes it easier to accomplish, right? There's 30 days in a month. There really is 30 days in August. And if we can get seeds started by the end of the month, that's great. That means we have 30 chances to do all of the things that we need to, which is a lot, because I think I only named like what, 10 things maybe. And some of those 10 things we can do at the same time, right? So we have a lot of chances to get all of these things accomplished. Because here's the thing: motivation fades because we think it's a lot of things, but then life happens. The kids have things to do. School just started. Your spouse needs some help because the gutters fell off the house, and now you got to put the gutters back. Or the car broke down. Now you got to get that fixed. Your mom or your in-laws need some help with this. Like, there's all of these life things. Work comes into play, right? All of these life things that happen, and that all leads into fading of our motivation, because all of those things take time. And then when you add the whole gardening thing on top, it makes it feel like it's so heavy and it's so much to do. When we get like that, we push things off and it just becomes more of a delay. Now, here's the thing: 2-week delay is not a big deal. 4-week delay, it's a big deal, right? Because now we're losing an entire month of growing. Now, if we push that into 6 weeks or 8 weeks, can you see how this exacerbates things? How this delay makes things even worse, right? Because our plants, they need a specific time to grow. Now, the seed packet will tell you it takes 90 days or 120 days. But here's the thing: that's probably an ideal conditions in a greenhouse, which more than likely you're probably not growing in. You're probably starting your seeds in the house, and then you're going to transplant those outside, but then it's going to be hot, and then it's going to be cold, and then you're going to have cloudy days, and then you're going to have rainy days. And all of this is going to affect the growth of your plant. So that 90 days turns into 120 days. All of this adds to the delay. And we have to make sure that we at least get started on time, so that we have the biggest probability, the highest probability of being successful and getting to, the garden of our dream that we're actually looking for. Now, how do we get there? Well, we have to put a system in place. Earlier, I was talking about breaking things into chunks, right? So the best thing you can do is, I tell this to the folks in my community, is have a journal, right? Write things down of like what actually needs to happen, what actually needs to occur. So if you have a sheet of paper or a note card, or if you use your phone, write a to-do list, and then put all of the things together that you need to do, like we just talked about, right? Go look at how many trays you have, how many seeds you have, what seeds do you need to buy? Do you need tags? Do you need labels? Do you need soil? Do you need perlite, vermiculite, worm castings, right? Do you need more domes, right? Do you need more grow lights because you're going to expand this year? Take inventory of what you have and what you need to get done. Once you have that list, right, then we can start combining things. All right, I can do this at Lowe's, I can do this at Home Depot, I can do this at the nursery, the specialty nursery, I can order these from online, right? And now we start combining these, and it becomes, instead of becoming 15 tasks, now it's maybe 8 tasks, right? And now it becomes easier to manage. So now we, on the calendar, we can be like, oh, on my way home, I'm gonna stop at Home Depot and I'm gonna get these 3 things. Oh, okay, I got those 3 things. All right, next I'm gonna get this, right? Now, and like we said, to start your seeds, right, you got to make your seed mix, right? And you got to get that moistened. Well, that's like a 10-minute task that you can do, after dinner, or between, what is it called, teaching the kids or doing schoolwork, right, with the kids, right? Like, just a 10-minute task of mixing some soil in a bin together, adding some water. It's going to take you 10 minutes. That's including going to get the bin, watering, emptying the bag of seed mix, and then throwing the entire thing away, and then just letting it sit there. And then that's going to be ready for you for whenever you have another 10 minutes to fill your trays with all of the soil, right? So you have to create a system, and the best way to do that is just breaking it down on a sheet of paper by writing down different tasks and then combining those tasks, so you can knock those out all at the same time. And each one of those tasks, if we can break it down into like 10 minutes, it makes it very simple, and we can usually squeeze that into anything and any day, especially when things get heavy and busy and hectic. right? We have time, but we have to allocate that time, and that will help us be successful. Now, once we have everything together, that's when we need to make sure that we are being consistent. And this is one of the things that I suck at is when I start seeds, I forget them because I don't see them. I keep them outside of my shed, which is probably not the best thing. And then I forget to water them because I don't see them and I don't put them on my phone on my calendar so that I know to be able to do this. It takes 10 minutes to water all the seeds, right? But it takes 1 day or 2 days of not watering, and then those seeds will just dry out, or the seedlings will dry out and die, and then all of that work that you did, right, is now gone, and you have to start all over again, and that can suck. So making sure that you take these tasks and you actually put them on a calendar or a reminder system where you will see it all the time. If you have your cell phone, you can put it on your calendar, right, and it will give you a notification of when you need to do it. If you have a, the bathroom mirror, you can put a sticky on the bathroom mirror that says before you go to bed, go water the seeds, right? That way you have a visual thing, something that you can see that notifies you that you need to actually go do that. That has been very helpful for me in the past. Putting it on my phone every day, go check the seedlings, go check the seedlings. So I go out there and make sure that the moisture is right, and I water them if needed. Here's the thing. Once you get these little chunks of tasks that take 10 minutes to do and you start doing them, guess what happens? Your seedlings start to grow. And when you transfer those out into the garden, you're putting them in the garden at the right time, and they have the right amount of time to be outside to grow to their full potential. And then you end up with the garden that you were thinking about when you put all of this together. Again, I get caught up in this all the time where it's a lot of things that have to happen, and I feel like I have to do it all at once. And then because I do feel like it's all at once, I don't want to do it because it's so much and I don't have the time like right now. So I don't do any of it. If we just break those into smaller chunks, we can get them all accomplished, right? In a day, maybe 10 minutes max, right? I mean, if you're walking into Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's, I would allocate like 30 minutes because I'm going to walk in there with the things that I need to do, get soil, but I'm also going to go look at the clearance rack to make sure that there's no plants that need to be saved, right? Like there's other things I'm going to get, caught up in. So I would allocate a little bit more time, but at home, all of those chunks can be 10 minutes, right? Creating a seed mix, 10 minutes. Filling up my seed trays, 10 minutes. Putting seeds in, 10 minutes. Doing the tags for my seedlings, 10 minutes. Watering, 10 minutes, right? All of that's very doable. Now, if we can get all of that down packed, then we're going to be super successful, hopefully, as long as we get everything else right. But we'll be super successful because we've given enough time there. We've given ourselves enough time to make mistakes. Oh, I didn't get to the store right now. Okay, no worries. I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, okay, I got to the store tomorrow. We lost 24 hours, right? Oh man, I didn't, do the seed mix. Okay, no worries. I can get the seed mix. I can get the seed mix tomorrow because today was too busy. Like we have 30 days to take care of all of these tasks that take 10 minutes. And you can definitely do it. You can definitely be successful. This is something that's helped me out personally, where I put it on my phone and I put it on a reminder every day to do my watering. That's usually what I suck at, is the watering portion of it. I just I'm not the best at being watering and making sure that I'm watering everything when it's supposed to. So that has helped me out extremely. But hopefully this can help you out. That's all I really have for you guys this time. Hopefully this has been helpful. We'll see you on the next one.